I'm thinking something like... Hi.
Hi.
Oh, what a brilliant, beautiful return.
Yeah, one of my favorite episodes so far.
Same. It's been a minute since we've been in the studio, and I had a little bit of like, well, let's see what happens, and it was such a great return.
Yeah, I forgot we were recording. Like we were just in the conversation laughing our asses off. It was so fun.
We truly, there's a lot of silence in here because
we're laughing hard.
So hard that we're...
All three of us. It was fun.
The guest is Sydni Stephens. Please look her up. SYDNISTEPHENS. She is such a great guest. You're going to love this episode. And when you do, because we know you will, please leave a 5-star review. Just telling us like what you loved about the episode and the podcast in general. I also want to just shout out where I'm going to be, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I wrote them down so I don't forget. Okay. July 14th, I'm in Pittsburgh. July 28th, Asheville. August 4th, Huntsville, Alabama. August 13th, I'm in LA. August 24th, I'm in Keystone, Colorado, and I'm going to add some Denver dates. So just make sure you're on my text list that's in every bio that has ever been created for me. And September 29th, I'm in Raleigh. September 7th, I'm in Gainesville, Georgia. October 10th, I'm in Milwaukee. So please come to a show if you have a friend out there. Invite them. Join my text list so I can let you know where I'm going to be. Thank you to our subscribers.
Yes.
We truly appreciate you. We're going to break down this Sydney episode even more so and the things that me and Melanie have going on in our lives behind a paywall episode. So make sure you subscribe because it's juicy. It's like hanging out.
Come hang out with us.
Yes. And enjoy this episode. Yeah. She's an angel. Did you have pets growing up?
Me? Yeah. I got a dog whenever I was 2.
Really?
Yeah, an Australian Shepherd.
Oh, I love Australian Shepherds.
With a little butt wag.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, just a little. He was really smart too. Wow, his name was Roscoe Pico Train. I picked
Cutie. Oh. Did you have him like till the end of his life?
Yeah. Oh. He passed away whenever I was 17.
Wow.
Like right before I graduated.
Oh,
which was
God.
like heartbreaking because I had like a revolving door of like step siblings, but I was like an only child, so it was just like me and him.
Oh,
that's what I was about to say. Like you, I'm getting right into it. You like,
all right, brother, let's go. Dive on in.
I remember like. Being on your podcast, you had like briefly mentioned you were like, you said something about your family. And I was like, what was that?
I skimmed right over whatever it was, probably.
No, you actually came back to it.
I did? Oh.
Because, like people were just talking and talking. Mm-hmm. And then you were like, what were you asking me about my family? I was like,
what was it? Do you remember?
You tell me.
I don't know. I forget them very easily.
What, you had like a different childhood?
Yeah, my childhood was strange, I guess.
In what way?
In what way? Well, my parents like divorced when I was 3, and my dad remarried twice. My biological mom remarried once that I know of. Bio mom, there's a key word there.
That's how you refer to her.
Yeah. Biological mom, or Cindy is her name. Also, I hate that her name is Cindy and she named me Sydney.
Yeah.
And so many people call me Cindy and I'm like, I'm not my mother. Mm-hmm. But they divorced when I was 3 and my biological mom said deuces when I was 13 and just like left.
Were you with her, living with her up until then?
Yeah, like they had like split custody, but she was like the main guardian, and my dad had tried like for a really long time to like take me to be the legal parent. There we go. There's the word. And the court systems back then always sided with like the women, and he would have been the better fit. So it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, but it's still like, I feel like it's hard as a woman
It's crushing.
to have like your mom leave
Yeah.
right
At
before your
13?
period. Yeah.
Right before your period.
That's a fun conversation.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. So like, what? It was just you and her in the house?
No, we had my piece of shit stepdad too.
Oh, great. I'm glad he was there.
Yeah, me too. What would we have done without him?
Damn. So what was that? She was just one day was like, bye.
I thought a bird flew in the window for a second. She literally, she took me to Pizza Hut after school.
She ruined Pizza Hut, dude.
No, she created an emotional eater.
Melanie's like, yeah.
No, so she took you there to tell you she was leaving?
Yeah. Like I was like 3 slices deep. Having the time of my life, just like I used to get those club crackers and dip them in the ranch.
Yeah.
And then I was club crackers pizza, just She's like, hey, I'm moving to San Antonio. And I was just like, do I have to go with you?
Oh.
And she was like, no. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it didn't like hit then.
No, I don't think it actually hit until I was much older. Mm-hmm. Like,
Did she stay in contact with you?
She tried. When I like at first I like cut her out completely because I think one of the reasons that she left is I finally stood up to her. She was very like verbally abusive to me, and she was coming to get me at my grandparents' house, and I locked myself in the bathroom. And she was like, "I'm gonna break down this fucking door." And can I curse on your podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
She was like pounding on this door, and then she got a screwdriver. And by the time she had like unlocked the door, I had taken the metal toilet paper stand, and I was just like ready to go. And I think that she saw that and was like, I gotta leave.
Wow.
So I wasn't like sad at the time that she was
Because there was so
leaving.
much like tension between you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, I don't know. What were you going to say?
No, you.
I like looking. No, you. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think like looking back at it now, like it was a sad moment, but I don't think that sadness hit me until like after I got out of the military.
Oh.
That's whenever I was like, oh.
Wait, how old were you when you went to the military?
18.
Okay, so that was like your way to get out.
Yeah, I wanted out of my hometown so bad because there's just so much trauma in this town, and it's so small. You're either like a farmer, a nurse, or a drug addict.
Yes.
And I was like, I need to leave.
Yeah.
So I signed up when I was still I just turned 18 when I signed up.
Yeah.
I had to wait, but
That's so, like, I relate to that so hard. I'm from the same kind of town.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, those of us that, like, get out.
yeah, and you look back at the people that are still there.
Yeah. That never want to leave.
Yeah. Some of them are happy.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't, though.
Walmart, though.
Like that bitch that picked on me in high school.
I know you hate your third husband.
I hope you're enjoying all 5 of the same restaurants.
I'm going to cry because this is hitting so hard.
I'm from a small town too. In Alabama.
Ooh.
I know. I accept your condolences.
So, like, she left and your stepdad stayed?
Oh, no. They had already gotten divorced at this point.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
you went to your dad.
Yeah. I still had to go to court, though, which was wild at 13 to, like, get in front of a judge and be like, because what my...
Did you have to choose?
I didn't have to choose,
Okay.
but what my biological mom did is she kept claiming me on taxes.
Shut the fuck up.
She stole my social security card and my birth certificate. I had to get new ones of everything.
What?
Yeah. And so when my dad went to claim me on taxes,
It looked like a fraud.
Yeah, so we had to go to court and had to be like, I'm literally living with my dad.
But did she show up?
No.
Wow.
At that point, we hadn't seen or talked to each other in like a year, I think.
Once she left, she was just like out of your life.
Yeah, I did that. I blocked her
Oh, nice.
on my phone, and we didn't have like Facebook or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like deuces. But when I was 15, I like had like this inkling of like, let me go. Like, I want to like try to reestablish this connection because I have a lot of grace for my mom.
Oh, Sydney, that's nice.
Yeah, no, because like she was like a good mom to me that I was aware of until I was like 6 or 7, and she met my stepdad, and then he abused her, and then she was a child of abuse, so it was like this cycle that triggered.
Yeah.
And so like as I got older, I could like see that, and her getting out of that town was probably like what kept her alive because he was insane.
Damn. You saw that at 15?
Yeah. Well,
That's awesome.
I saw her like get beaten for like six or 7 years of my life. So I don't know, like an old soul, I guess. I was like aware of like what was going on.
When people say I'm an old soul, I hear you have a lot of trauma.
Oh yeah, me and Trauma are best friends. We're good pals. No, I do. I have like a lot of grace for her. So when I turned 15, I was trying to like, maybe we could reestablish that connection. So I saved up money working in the wheat fields.
That's where it starts to sound like a lie.
You need to write a book about this. And the wheat, where are you from?
Vernon, Texas.
The wheat fields of Texas.
Wheat fields of Texas.
I was working in the wheat fields.
Child labor.
Yeah.
I was picking wheat with my bare hands.
I'm going to go see my mama. Damn.
You do sound like a granny telling a story.
I saved up 5 nickels.
Stop.
Okay, so you saved up your money.
I swear to
This
God.
is a serious story. I'm not meaning to laugh at
No,
it.
We know it's
Yeah,
I know.
serious. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Melanie's
down
like,
to-
do you?
No. No,
What?
that was my first job for real.
As a therapist, I shouldn't laugh, but just as a co-host and hearing you tell a story, I'm laughing.
That's, I don't know. I think for me it's easier to like laugh about some of the things
I know.
because
That's why I shouldn't join you in it if I'm trying to help you deal with it. But
I think you're doing a good balance, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, good.
I would
We
feel
didn't know-
awkward if I looked over at you and you were just like,
You laugh at your pain.
to
to be fair, we did not know Sydney was going to say she started working in the wheat field.
I was 14 when I got that job.
Okay, sorry, I diverted the conversation. Back to the wheat fields.
So you get a job. Is it to save up money to go see your mom?
Yes and no. I also wanted to get
out.
car.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you need a car to get out.
Yeah.
So, and my dad had an extra truck, but he wanted me to buy it from him to like show me the value of $1.
Right.
Sorry.
So annoying.
I know. God. I'm 14.
Give me things.
But I got the job originally to save up for the truck. And then when I reached out to my mom and like verged that connection again, I started saving up because I was like, I'm going to go to San Antonio, Texas for the summer. And we're going to go to this place called Canyon Lake. And it's going to be fun.
So she answered when you reached out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anytime I reach out to her, she always, I think she feels an extreme amount of guilt
Yeah.
and shame. And that's hers. That's not mine.
Girl,
Look at you.
come on with it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's okay for her to feel that way. I don't feel those emotions for her anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've been through therapy.
Yeah, it
Sounds like
shows.
it, yeah.
But what ended up happening is I went and saw her, and like everything was kind of cool. She had this new boyfriend, didn't like him right away, got bad vibes, and we went out to Canyon Lake, and we're supposed to leave in the morning, and she just gets like wasted, and so I'm like trying to wake her up, and she ends up like throwing a vase at me. Damn, I know, which is like I have like a heart-shaped scar right here.
I see it.
face. Which is so ironic.
I know, it's very emo.
I know. It's a Blink 182 song.
Yeah. I got a heart-shaped scar.
But we,
Damn, bro.
I like got her up and we like drove and she almost like ran us off the road a few times. Like she tried to like kill us both, which was crazy. And this is before like smartphones. And I had to go back into San Antonio to her twin sister's house, my aunt, to get my stuff and then drive to Hillsborough, Texas, which is like 6 hours, 4 hours. I don't know how many hours. It's a halfway point that my aunt from my dad's sister's meeting me to pick me up.
What?
So she just like passes, like, I'm like, let me drive. I start driving. I don't know where I'm going, but she's like passed out. And I somehow navigate into San Antonio, out of San Antonio. I got like no issues.
With this is
No
GPS. This is at 15.
Wow.
All saved up here. I went there once and remembered how to get there.
Under stress, you're like getting,
Yeah.
Damn, that fucking sucks that you like saved up all this money, had this VIP. Please.
She took the money. When we got to the gas station, the last thing she said to me before I cut her off for like 6 years, she was like, hey, can I have gas money? And I just took, it was like $400 some odd. I had wrapped up and I just threw it at her and got in my aunt's car. So I lost the money.
Damn.
Yeah.
Have you talked to her since? Or was that?
Yeah, off and on. I didn't talk to her for, I said 6 years, but that was a lie. That was an exaggeration. It was, I got deployed to Afghanistan at 19. So I went from 15 to 19 without speaking a word to her. But before I left, one of my platoon sergeants was like, hey, you might want to reach out. You don't have to, but you might not come back. And you might want to have like all of your like list items checked off.
Wow.
What was it like to hear that? I mean, you know, when you're signing up that that's a possibility, but how did that feel like?
I don't know. To like, are you asking how it felt for him to bring my mom up or to
No,
for
to
him
say you
might die?
And to like basically say goodbyes.
To me, it was just like I knew that was a possibility. I think a part of me wanted to go over there and die, which is really fucked up to say, but looking back at it, I was just like, at least my life will be worth something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I no longer feel that way. That's insane. I'm like, I want to live. But,
But that little
me was just,
that's what the messaging you got.
yeah, like a hero's journey. I think like I just wanted my family to be proud of me, and I was like, if I do this, maybe they'll be proud of me. Yeah. So I don't know how. That's how I felt though. I just felt like this was my journey.
Yeah. How long were you in Afghanistan?
6 months.
Okay.
Whoa.
Which wasn't. I was supposed to be there for 9 months, but I got injured. So they were like, you gotta go.
What happened?
I'm sorry. A wall fell on top of me. But like a sandstorm blew it over. So it wasn't like enemy fire. Which sucks because like they don't give out medals for that. It's like it's hard to like talk to other veterans sometimes because like people have been like blown up and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, the wind. It's like one of the bits that I worked on for a really long time to try to like make that story funny.
Yeah.
And I like where it's at. It's not done, but people laugh at it now, which makes me feel good.
Yeah, like you I know that like that's something that gets brought up a lot around you.
The wall?
Yes.
Yeah, people like, or do you mean like people just bringing it up or?
In a joking way.
Yeah.
They make fun of it a lot.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It's my story. No, I don't think it really bothers me. It only really bothers me when people use it in a way to like talk down at me because I got like a brain injury from it and like I have auditory processing disorder. And yes, I do have PTSD And it was a very traumatic event. And yes, it's funny, like the way that it happened is ironic. To get injured in a war by the wind is so ironic.
Yes.
But I don't like when people bring it up in a way to like dig at me in a negative way. But if we're like joking about it, I don't care.
It's kind of like I can talk bad about my family, but someone else, you're like,
Yeah.
like I'm the only one that can do that.
Yeah.
Does it feel kind of like this is your story? And
Yeah.
like you said, and it's, you get to joke about it.
Yeah.
No one else can. I don't know if it feels like that.
Kind of.
Well, where did the joke, like, when did you, there's so much there. When were you like, I'm going to write a joke about this? Because you got into stand-up after you got out.
Yeah.
You hadn't done it before.
Okay. Well, I did it like a couple times in high school.
Okay.
Is a joke.
It's a bit, guys.
Yeah. Well, it was a careers class, and my teacher was.
I love your laugh, by the way.
Isn't it beautiful?
Wait till it gets going.
Okay, it's a careers class. And you picked stand up.
Well, my teacher had like one stipulation. We were using this like website, and she's like, "You have to pick from the jobs on this website." And
Okay.
stand-up comedian was on the website. I was like,
awesome.
"Oh, okay, I'm gonna do this." But then my teacher like flipped the script on me, and she was like, at first she was mad, and I was like, "It's on the website."
Right.
And she was like, "Okay, instead of doing PowerPoints, you can tell jokes." And I was like, "I'm kidding. I'll do air traffic control." Like,
Something made you pick stand up for real, though.
I've always been obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was my escape when I was a kid. Like when like other like my parents were fighting or like other bad things were happening, I would go into like my room and put Comedy Central on
Aw.
and watch like the 20 or 30-minute Comedy Central presents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've always just loved comedy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That it was on the list. I mean, that, and then you were like, ooh, there's a little touch of like, yeah.
I'm gonna do this.
Right.
I didn't think I ever would actually do it though.
How
Well,
did
yeah.
you get into it?
What's that?
How did you get into it eventually?
Oh, I lost everything. And then I was, I got.
Can you say more about that?
Well, I was working. I was a truck driver, a night shift truck driver.
You've lived like 10 million lives.
Everyone always says that. I've just had put on so many hats. And I'm like, I'm just
From the
trying.
fields to the trucks. I made y'all laugh
The fields to the trucks is so. That sounds like an album name.
Hey.
Oh my god, your laugh! I love it so much.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you. The wall gave me this laugh.
Okay.
My laugh changed.
Oh my god.
My laugh and like my speech changed from.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
It is awesome.
What were we talking about?
How'd you get
Trucks.
into it?
Oh, comedy. Sorry.
You lost everything.
Yeah.
You're truck driving. This is like a country album. That's what it's gonna be.
It really is.
Okay, keep going.
On the long knots. I was over the not over the road. I was local, so I was home every night, but I was working nights, and I would listen to all these podcasts, and then I would talk to like my other driving buddies, and I'm like, I want to do comedy so bad.
This is after the Afghanistan. This
Was like 20. This was during like the pandemic times, 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, I started stand up pretty late. But it was like 2020, somewhere around that time frame. I was talking to my other buddies. I'm like, I really want to do this. And they're like, you have to get out of this industry then. You have to.
Would you do comedy over the
radio.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
But not like bits and stuff, but I would roast people. Like we would be on this like mobile CB radio app on the phone. And I would roast people. I would collect information and just sit in the back and just wait. Because these dudes were cheating on their wives.
Oh my god!
These dudes
I don't
were-
know why I'm shocked.
Oh my god.
Men whose job was it to be on the road were cheating on their wives.
You would believe it.
Wait, this is interesting. Okay, you would listen to them.
Yeah, and I like screenshots because you could like it was like an anonymous app.
You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like an anonymous app, so we all had like trucker handles. Mine was a Smoky Dry Hit Mafia, and that was my CB handle. And you could like send photos and stuff, but no one knew your real name unless like you said it or they like
Okay.
tracked you down. But these dudes would come on this app and find these other women that sometimes weren't truck drivers. They were just like women on this app, and they would hook up and then
Who
like
are these women?
I don't know.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Law lizard?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm no judge.
No judge.
No judge. I judge the men more than the women.
Oh, 100%.
But they would like screenshots, like nudes and like pictures of like conversations that these dudes would have with these women.
And it was posted to the main feed?
No, but like they would somehow end up in my inbox.
What?
Like people would share them around, and then I would grab a hold of them and I'm like, haha, I'm gonna say that.
What?
Because every time that I swear to God, 9 out of 10 times, their wives would eventually find the app on their phone, download it on their phone, and come on the app and be like, "Hey, I'm here looking for brown shorts," or whatever his nickname
Right.
was, and I'd be like, "Oh, send."
I love it.
That's amazing.
I ended a lot of.
Well, I think they did
Well,
that.
Yeah.
I helped.
You just sealed the deal. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did they get pissed at you?
Oh yeah.
They came to you?
Yeah, but no one ever knew it was me until now.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, I was just in the background, just sending
What a
things.
wild thing.
Yeah, that was my form of like stand up. I would
Yeah.
just like roast people and help them in their marriage.
You're like, how long have you guys been married? Over.
Might want to recheck that. In fact, don't go home. She's not there. She's in my truck.
Oh my God. And you would roast them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I made people like leave the app. I hate like I like roasting when it's like playful, but I hated when people came in and like men that would come in right away and just like dog on the women on the app. It just pisses me off. So I'd be like,
Yeah.
and then
Fuck
just
yeah.
roast the shit out of that dude.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were telling them, like, I really want to do stand up. They're like, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, they're like, you can't do both things. Like this job will take your whole life, basically.
Yeah.
Like you'll just become addicted to the money and you'll just be stuck doing this. Leave. So I went back to college because I had dropped out. I went back to college, got a degree in psychology with like a minor in like criminal justice.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I actually wanted to become a sorry, I keep
You're
hitting
fine.
your knee. I wanted to become a guidance counselor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And once I finished my bachelor's degree, I was like, I can't do my master's.
You weren't having fun with it?
I think I just burnt myself out with school because I was doing online school while also being a full-time truck driver. So it was like 12-hour days at work, and then I'd come home and be up for like 3 more hours doing homework.
Yeah.
And then sleep for 3 or 2 or whatever's left.
When in the back of your head, you're like, I just want to do comedy. But you're doing all this other stuff.
To try to get there.
Right.
And I ended up graduating.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I have a bachelor's degree. And I found this job at a screen printing place. And I became the production manager of it. But then, like, I got rid of the nighttime job, got a daytime job. And it was like, okay, I can start doing, like, comedy now. But then I made this job my entire life. Yeah.
In
I was-
what way?
I was just spending 14 hours there I was just wanting, like, it was a small business, and I was like, I want to be the best employee, and I want to help you take this to like a multi-million, like, let's go, we can do it. So I just sacrificed most of my free time to this organization or business. Business is the word. And then I got fired.
What the fuck?
For the first time in my life.
That's insane. Wait, what?
Yeah. I could never get an exact reason for being fired either. Other than the only pieces I could put together is as like the production manager, I trained everyone how to use the system, our new system, so well that I eliminated my job. I'm gonna be the best.
Sure, I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. It's so easy.
The comedy gods were looking out for you, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the timing. I mean, timing is so weird because it was like the perfect worst time for it to happen. Because like I had just had knee surgery, so I had knee surgery, came back to work. This was like in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, working, and then I got COVID on New Year's.
You have the best luck.
Dude, life's my biggest bully. Why do you think I carry stones in my pocket? I don't have
I'm in a battle here, dude. She's got stones in one pocket, slingshot in the other.
I'm gonna vape so I can disappear.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit. Yeah, so like I got COVID. I got COVID New Year's. And so I couldn't come back to work for 2 weeks. Because that was like how long we were quarantining for at that time. And then whenever I healed up from that, and I was like, finally, your best worker's ready to come back. I walked in, and my first day back, I was fired. They literally had all my stuff like boxed up, and she was like, you're done.
They were cold like that?
Yeah, she was very cold.
What the
Which
fuck?
it was
could
crazy
sue 'em.
because this lady was the person, she was like a really cool like girl boss. And she like paid for me to go to like Reiki healing and like,
Wow.
yeah, it was all like metaphysical and stuff. So I felt like safe. But the way that she ended things was so cold to me. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Did you ever get answers on that?
No, I just moved on.
To comedy?
Yeah. Well, because I had lost everything.
Yeah. Oh, so that was the lost everything.
Yeah, I lost mobility. My health
Your
was
health, yeah.
in the gutter, and I lost my job. So I filed for unemployment for the first time ever, and was like, "Fuck it, let's see if I can make this work."
Yeah.
And so I just went to an open mic. I drove 3 hours from New Richmond, Wisconsin, all the way up to Duluth, Minnesota, in a snowstorm.
Oh my God.
Did 3 minutes. And then drove all the way back down and was hooked.
Oh, I love
Well,
that.
that's a good story.
That's wonderful.
How long was the drive?
3 hours there, 3 hours back
For,
For
3
3
minutes.
for 3 minutes.
That's the...
But that lit the fire.
Yeah, the whole way back, like I'm like can't even see the road. And I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever. Like I can't. I was like writing other jokes and stuff.
Oh.
And I actually like my first 3 minutes. It was so silly. I had like a fake Southern accent. She's back to the fields. I was like, well, they'll like me more if I'm Southern.
Is that a thing? Okay.
Makes no sense to me.
You kept that up for 3 minutes?
Yeah, I kept that up for like 2 weeks, dude.
Wait, can you do it?
I've been single for so long. My grandma was trying to auction my vagina off like an antique vehicle.
So y'all go quiet when we laugh really hard. It's just like silence, but we're laughing.
I'm just, from you doing that to just driving home in a snowstorm, like, fuck yeah. Wait, okay, what made you stop doing that? What made you just talk normal?
Because they loved her.
I felt accepted enough to be myself.
They're like, where are you from? You're like, oh, fuck, I didn't think about that. The fields.
I live in a truck.
Oh, my God.
The reason why I stopped doing the fake accent is because I went from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. And I was like, this is gonna, if I were to ever do 45 minutes, I'm gonna have to commit to this for the rest of my life.
That's wild. Wait, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Texas. I used to.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Different accent.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have like a thick accent, but when I had the brain injury, it
Really?
went away. Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, like my speech changed. Like it still happens every now and then, but like I'll stutter sometimes or like misplace words.
Wow.
Like I'll mean to say down, but I say done. Stuff like I don't know if that's brain injury or what, but that's when it started happening. And then I don't know if it was like a correlation between the brain injury and being not in Texas, but I was in Kentucky.
You were living in Kentucky.
Yeah, that was like my duty station. So I was still surrounded by Southern accents.
Why'd you drive so far for an open mic?
Oh, no, I
You're like, I gotta go to Michigan.
was going to California. I was at the time I started stand up. I was living in Wisconsin. I'm saying when the accent thing, like how I used to have a Southern accent. When I had the brain injury, I was still in the Army and I was stationed at Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Okay.
Sorry if I said that all out of order.
Oh, that's okay.
So I don't know, but I used to have an accent, then I lost it.
Wow.
So I was like,
Do you miss it?
no.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be associated with Texas.
Okay, Dixie Chicks, let's go.
Wide open spaces.
That's you in the fields. Oh, fuck. And your laugh change, you said.
Yeah. Like,
Did that surprise you? Who's laughing?
You're like, where did that come from?
Did you hear that? Was that you?
Goose in here.
There's a ghost. Ghost
No,
and
I said
grandma's.
goose.
There's a goose. I thought you said ghost.
A goose ghost.
Thanks for going with it, though.
I was there. A goose ghost.
Do animals haunt? Never think about that.
Haunt?
Haunt.
I thought you said hunt.
Haunt?
Okay. They would, right?
I feel like.
Right.
In a cool way, a sweet way.
Yeah.
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 What were you talking about?
Sweet ghost gooses.
Oh yeah, your laugh.
My laugh changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really wild to just I talk about it a little bit on stage, but I want to talk more about it. But like just to like wake up and then something funny happens and then you're like and you're like, what the
That's wild. And you just attributed that to your brain injury, or
yeah.
wow.
I mean, no doctors ever told me that like, hey, your laugh changed because of the brain injury, but I was like,
It wasn't there
Major
before.
thing. Yeah.
I was like, trauma, brain injury, intersect. That's
Yeah.
got to be it, right?
So when you did after you did that mic, what did the trajectory? That's a hard word. Trajectory. I hate that word.
Trajectory.
Trajectory.
Who would make that word?
I don't know. I don't.
It does sound like a weird word now.
Yeah.
Trajectory.
Trajectory.
Your mouth is like. It's like
The
yeah.
trajectory. Trajectory.
Trajectory.
Yeah.
Trajectory.
The direction in which it's moving.
Upward. Forward.
What did it look like after that? Did you start?
Sorry, I have to clear my throat from all the laughing. Say that one more time. The question.
Like, don't hate me.
What did,
After you did the mic,
yeah.
so you leaned into comedy.
Oh yeah.
What did that look like?
I just became obsessed. It became like everything I thought about, everything I would watch other comedians' specials. I was always writing. And I did get another job. I was building like computer parts. I shouldn't have been doing it. I would show up off like 3 hours of sleep because I'm driving back from Duluth, Minnesota. I would just roll into work because my shift started at like 4 a.m.
Wow.
And I had started being invited out to like the after mic comic hangs. Yay. And I was like, I'm going to go get pizza because I'm a professional. I shouldn't have been doing that. But I had this other job. And like while I was working it, I had my headphones in. And I would literally just listen to my sets.
Oh,
All throughout my
pro
whole shift.
move.
Yeah, or insanity.
No, like that's, I mean, I think it took me a while to be able to listen back to myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to spend the whole 3 hours drive just playing
I
the
think
same
that's
thing.
a skill building thing in most professions. Like therapists have to video themselves and watch it back because you see things and you're like, why didn't I say that? Or why didn't I pick up on that they were saying or body link? Like, so I think that's a cool, and football.
Yeah.
Sports stuff. So
It's impressive to do within your first, month or two of stand-up?
Yeah,
or
that
first
you just
year?
knew to do it.
Yeah, it was just like, it was an instinct for me to be like, I have to listen to my tapes.
Wow.
So I would do it the whole ride home. And
That's
then
amazing.
I would stop it and
Very.
like think about it for a little bit and then come back to it. Like write down new tags.
That's awesome, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you still do that?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I listen to my sets a lot. I don't do it as much because the sets are longer. So it's harder to like listen to.
Are certain jokes you're trying to keep building on
Yeah.
and working on? Yeah.
Those ones I'll go and I'll like
Yeah.
listen to.
Are you like a writer and then you write it fully out and then you take it to the stage? Interesting.
How do you do it?
I like have an idea and I'll jot it down and it won't be fully formed.
You just kind of flow with it on stage.
and I'll take it. Yeah.
I do a little bit more of that now that I'm like more comfortable on stage.
Okay.
Where it's like I have a couple punchlines or something or like a place I want to get. And I'm like, I'll figure out how I get there.
Yeah.
I don't think I had the confidence in myself to do that early on because with like memory, I was like, I'm going to forget it.
You do a lot of crowd work too, which it builds that skill. Like, I'm like, I would have no idea how to respond to some of the things that you do. And I'm like, that's talent.
I didn't used to. I was so scared of crowd work. And then I saw
Really?
this. Oh my God, I was so scared I would not do it.
You're so good at it.
Thank
you are
you.
very good at it.
There was this guy, Eric Emerson in Chicago, who would just he was so good at it. And I would just like get excited every time I watched him. And I asked him, I was like, how do you get so good at crowd work? And he was like, I was bad at it for a long time. And I'm like, well, damn. All right. You got to just do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so I started doing it. And then this other tip where this guy was like, when you ask someone a question, really be curious about their answer. Like not just finding the joke. Like you ask a question, listen to them. And those two things really like helped.
well, I know just knowing your story, for you to try doing that and risk being bad at it was huge for you.
Yeah, truly.
So that's pretty cool.
Truly. And it's one of my favorite things. Like now, you know, like the crowd work will just find its way to a joke. You know how the comedy gods just lead you places, you know?
They leave little crumbs.
They do.
Yeah.
It's the best job in the world.
It really is.
I want to know how you were talking about the wall falling on you and you...
I forgot y'all could hear me.
No, that was perfect. I was like, I didn't. Who's laughing?
yeah. Your laugh changed again.
I was like, wait a minute. No.
And it taking a while to make that funny.
Yeah.
What'd that look like?
Lots of failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I've always wanted to do stand-up, but when I started doing stand-up, that was the one thing in the back of my head. I was like, I'm going to make that story fucking funny one day. I'm gonna build the skills. I'm gonna make that fucking funny.
There's something about something so personal and deep that happened in your life. The urge to make that funny is so real.
Yeah.
Well, that seems like what a lot of comedy is based in, is like making light of your stories. Like, and the more you process it and heal with it, the better you can do that.
Yeah.
Is what it seems like.
Yeah.
I just keep hearing y'all talk about that stuff.
Yeah, no, I relate to that. And a lot of like what I talk about is like based on things that have happened to me. I'm not really like a like a joke writer, as in like it's a little jokey joke. Like, no, this is kind of like something that has actually happened or I've seen happen.
So what did the joke first look like? And if you want to say like what it first looked like and what does it look like now?
I remember when I was first starting to talk about it on stage, and it just bombed. I just ate my own dick on stage.
That's funny. I've never seen that before.
Yum, 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 yum.
Marilyn Manson was trying to do that for years, dude, and you did it.
Oh, I beat him to it.
Just ate my own dick on stage.
That's what I say when I'm bombing. I just ate my own dick on stage. Is that not a common phrase?
No, yeah.
Say it all the time.
Is that mine?
Trademark it.
Trademark.
Did you have a punchline, or were you like, I'm just going to go tell this story and see what happens?
I think I had a punchline, and I don't remember the very first like version of that punchline. I think it was I wanted to talk about it and get to this point where I was like, yeah, and Mother Nature blew the wind on me. Aren't you guys laughing? And I remember like I think I had like 3 minutes on it, and I don't remember all.
Amazing.
I don't remember most of it, the first draft of it, but I remember eating my own dick. And then
Can't forget that.
No, you never forget. And I got off stage and I just went to the back of the room, and one of these comedians, he works at Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis. His name's Nate Nickel. I've always looked up to him. He came up to me and he didn't say like good job, or he didn't say no fist bump, no nothing. He just came up to me and he was like, what were you thinking whenever the wall was crushing you? And I like was like, and it was like a light bulb went off, and he was like, maybe there's an angle there, like I should have just taken that job at Applebee's.
Yeah.
And that gave me, I was like, oh, I'm like looking at this at the wrong angle.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a gift. Dude, when a comment comes up and is like, and gives you a tag, it's such a gift. Because you're like, whoa, you were listening.
Yeah.
Because we're all so in our heads. So
Yeah.
like, that's so nice. And someone you look up to.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
That's cool.
It was
That's
a sick
respect.
moment.
Yeah.
And then that like sparked a like, I was like, oh, new angle. Let me go at it this way. And I actually started saying, you know, like whenever the wall was on top of me, the only thing I could think of was, I should have just taken that job at Applebee's. I should bring that back. I forgot about that part. I forgot about that part. And then the next one that came after that was I went to war as a virgin.
Okay.
Like sexually?
Yeah.
I'm scared of where this is going.
Bro.
You're holding onto your mic like I'm about to drop something.
Yeah, I mean, starting with I went to war as a virgin.
I'm a little worried.
I went to war as a virgin, and when the wall fell on me, and I was like, I should have just went to Applebee's or whatever. I don't say this part on stage, but what really fucked me up with the wall was it hit me in my back, and my head broke my fall, and I wasn't wearing a helmet, and I was the only one outside of the wall. So when I like came back to reality, everything was like white, and all I heard was, and then everything kind of focused, and I saw my buddy under the wall.
Holy shit.
Not awake. And so I go over to him, and we're trying to like pull him out. And there were 2 more people under the wall, but they were like fine. Like it had formed like a little teepee above them. Mm-hmm. But this guy, he was working on the wall. So whenever it fell, the multi-tool he was using hit him in the head and spliced him open. So he was like bleeding. He had a pulse, but he wasn't like awake. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't get him out. And about this time, this guy, this civilian dude, like contractor on this side-by-side who had saw the whole thing, it comes flying in on this thing. And he's like trying to pull him out. None of us can get him. And I'm just like, on the count of 3, pull him. And I just squatted down and grabbed the wall and lifted it. Like mom strength. Like that's my child under a car.
Yeah.
That's what they say like really fucked the rest of my body up.
Really?
Wow.
When the wall like hit my lower back, all like my nerve endings went in between each disc. And then when I came and did that motion, I crunched all of them. And then like my kneecaps, it took forever to realize I had like patellar tracking disorder.
Wow.
But like my kneecaps like went out to the side. And I didn't realize any of this has happened. My hips are messed up too. So we get him out. He's alive. He's alive. He has a family. He has a kid.
Okay.
He's happy. I love that dude. We get him to the aid station. They're flying him out.
You saved his life.
Yeah, I guess. Oh shit.
No, you definitely did.
I mean, someone else could have lifted.
But no one else did.
I know. I have a hard time accepting. I think that's why when people ask if I'd go back and do it knowing the outcome, I would go back and do it knowing the outcome.
Yeah.
Because he's my buddy and he has a wife and a kid and that's important.
Yeah.
That he's there for them. So I'd go back and do it all over.
Well, I know they don't give the medal honor when you get if a wall falls on you, but for what came in that story, you doing that certainly does.
Oh, well, thank you.
It
was nice.
2 things. I don't want to lose track of why you brought up that you were a virgin.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
I'm getting.
And I also I'll let you finish that and then I'll ask the second thing.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. So the reason why I told that whole like side story, sorry, I'm a big side story person. When I got to the aid station, I took 1 step off that side by side and lost feeling in my legs.
What?
Because of the nerve. Like all the adrenaline had worn off.
Yeah.
From doing that, and then all of everything else settled in on my body, just went into shutdown mode. And I was like, your legs, can't use them. Power down.
Whoa. Did you just fall down?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I just biffed it. I thought that I was up and then I was down.
Wow.
And they carted me in there and laid me on like in the med bay room with everyone else who was like getting checked out. And I remember like I was coming in and out of what I would call consciousness. Like I was awake, but it was like the brain injury. I was not aware of what was going on.
Yeah.
But I just remember being fucking pissed. And I wasn't thinking like, oh no, I'll never walk again. It's like I would never know what sex feels like because I'm a virgin.
Damn.
And that's like the next funny part that I found on stage where it was like, that's insane that I went to war as a virgin. Like, I wish it would have been a good dick and not a wall to blow my back out.
That's funny.
That is a good one.
I love comedy.
Me too.
It's so beautiful.
Me too. That's why I brought up the virgin thing. And then that part actually gave me another part to the joke where I say it should be illegal to go to war as a virgin. Because I could have died. I could have died in Afghanistan as a virgin.
Your sergeant dude who was like, do you want to talk to your mom? And you're like, no, but I do want to fuck. What, you're saying I might not come back? I'm going to need somebody to come on my back. Sorry. Wow.
Come on my back is wild.
I listen to a lot of Cardi B. Dude. I'm sorry. There was a TikTok I saw where this girl was like, anytime I'm sad, I just think, what would Megan Thee Stallion do? And I... Wow, dude.
Yeah.
So you're obviously the feelings came back in your legs.
Yeah, I thought you meant. I was like, feelings for what?
Catch no feelings, bro.
Catch me in them fields. How about that? Yeah, they came back. I remember they kept squeezing my legs, and finally, when they squeezed my toe once, I was like,
Wow.
I can feel it.
They were telling you may not walk again?
Yeah. They're like, we don't know what's going on. We had like a smaller post in the middle of nowhere, so we had like one X-ray that was probably not great.
Yeah.
And they're like, your back looks normal, so like we don't know what's going on, because it wasn't like an MRI that like show.
Yeah.
Just the operator game. You feel that? We don't know.
We don't know.
I was gonna ask, what comes up when you're like, I have a hard time accepting that I saved a life, that you saved a life?
Like what goes through my head, or
Yeah, like why are
Why
you
can't
resisting
you?
it?
Yeah.
why do I don't know. Why I resist it? Probably because I feel survivor's guilt that I'm here and some of my friends aren't. And it's like, I saved that one life, but like 5 or 6 people that I know and love have killed themselves. So I feel like I have a lot of survivors. Like, what is it, survivor's guilt or survivor's remorse, or is it the same thing? Whatever that is. I feel like I struggle with that a lot. And it's hard. I think a part of me at that time really did think I was going to go over there and not come back. So to like come back, and it's like, yeah, I saved my buddy's life, but I didn't even tell him until after we got out. Like, he had no idea like how he got out of there, or that, like, I didn't really tell a lot of people about it. Like, I didn't brag about it. It's just, to me, that's just what anyone would do in that situation. Yeah. I don't know if that answers the question.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it does.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. What made you tell him?
Every now and then we'll just like call each other and talk on the phone for a while. And it was at one point we were both out of the army, and I was truck driving, and I remember he called me and he was just like talking about, he's like, yeah, like I'm out and I'm like medically retired and all this. And we started talking about that day. He's like, I never know. Like, I don't know how, like, I got, like, what happened. I just remember like being knocked out and then waking up on a different base, and they asked if I wanted like, ice cream. Wow. and he asked me, he was like, do you, like, what happened? So I was like, I just told him the whole story. Yeah. And then we both cried.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Some release.
Yeah, it was. It was nice.
Have you talked about all that in therapy?
Yes, but not in a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I haven't been to therapy in a while. I actually have an appointment on Wednesday. Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm excited. I think I need to get my oil changed.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Right?
Yeah.
After you got out of the army, did you go to therapy?
Yes. But not, I haven't, this week is my first time going to therapy outside of the VA. And I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Because no flack to the therapist at the VA, but they are overbooked and understaffed, and it doesn't feel personal. It just feels like I'm a number, and I'm in there for 30 minutes, and then it's...
Wait, you only get 30-minute sessions?
30 minutes to an hour, but most of mine were like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, right about the time they pry you open, they're like, okay, go back out into the world now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not equipped.
That's hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just the system's broken. So I'm excited to like go outside of the system. I don't know what it's like out here, but
This is the first time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How do you feel?
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I've had like 3 big traumatic things happen to me in the past like 2 months. And so I'm just like really ready to like talk about it and be like, hey, like, what are some new coping things that I can do? Because the ones that I have usually done are not working.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
That's really dope.
I'm hopeful. I'm excited and hopeful.
So you've had 3 trauma things happen in the past month.
2 months.
2 months.
2.5. Yeah.
How much time do we have? No. I mean, you're welcome to talk about it. I wasn't saying like tell us about this if it's something very raw for you. But.
No, I'm at a point where like I can talk about it now, and I have been talking about it.
Good.
It's been hard, but I have been talking about it. How much time do we have?
We got time.
Okay,
but just whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Whatever makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't mind sharing.
Yeah.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Fucking nailed it.
Do you want me to start like in chronological order?
Whatever.
Order of what makes me piss the most? I don't know. Start wherever you want.
We'll just start how it started in my actual life. I'm gonna hit this real quick. So the first one, actually, I think this is the first one. The first and the second are kind of close, but my biological mom found the podcast that I do with AJ, and I've talked about her a lot on there. And most of it's been like how I show her a lot of grace and like I forgive her, and I don't hold any, like, I don't fault her. Like, she was just a kid raising a kid. Yeah. But she heard, I don't know what part she heard, because I've also been like, fuck. Yeah. So, she like started blowing up my cell phone, like text wise, and was just like, can we reconnect? And then she went she's like I don't know if she's been diagnosed, but everyone says that she has bipolar. Like, my whole family's like, your mom's bipolar. I don't know if that's true. She does have like highs and lows. And I think she was in one of her manic states, because she just started sending me why I just blocked her again. Yeah. So that was like number one.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. And I was talking to my best friend, James, last night about like what I've been going through. And he's been saying it, but for the first time, it actually like stuck with me. He was like, Sydney, I love you. Please quit downsizing your traumas. Like, what you've been through is a lot, and you're strong for being here, but like, it's okay to admit that you've been going through a lot. And I was like,
what a good friend.
Yeah. I needed to hear that. I needed someone to be like, hey, this is a lot. Yeah. Are you okay?
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, to me at that time, I was like, that dumb bitch. Right. I just kept going, because sometimes I feel like I revert to the military way of dealing with things, which is just compartmentalize. I can't say that word. Compartmentalize. There we go. I do that a lot with like if I go through something, I'm like, just deal with that later. Get through this moment. Yeah. So I did that in that moment. And then the next big thing that happened was I had one of my cousins send me like a death threat. What? Yeah, basically I've been talking more about like my childhood on like podcasts and on like stage. And I don't know like what he heard, but I guess I said I grew up poor, and that wasn't cool with him. So he's like, if you ever talk shit about my aunt and uncle, which is my dad and my stepmom, ever again, I'll come kick your ass, basically. He like gave me a cease and desist, basically. And he also, in the message, it was a really long message, he told me that my life was irrelevant. Wow. And that I should quit doing stand-up because it's never going to go anywhere, and that my voice doesn't matter.
Wow.
Those like all three. Yeah. And I was like,
he sounds like a sweet dude.
Yeah. And this was someone I looked up to, too. Yeah, I've always really liked him a lot. So that one, like, really stung. And I was like, I couldn't, like, I think about it, I'm like, what did I, like, I'm just talking about, like, my experience. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit about anyone. This is just, like, the experience from my point of view. Yeah. and I have a right to talk about it. I went through it.
Yeah.
And also he called me, the other thing he did, he's called me a hack. He said I got out of the army because I couldn't hack it.
Oh.
Damn, he's going in. What is wrong with this guy?
I don't know.
How did you respond?
I didn't. I just, I think he had already unfriended me on Facebook, and I don't remember if I blocked him or not, but I just read it, and then I sent like a screenshot to my best friend and was like, this is going on. And we talked about it, but I never, literally at the end, he said, don't bother messaging me back. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to.
That's really hard.
Yeah, it was like really fucked up to me because it's like, you were never in the military. So how dare you?
Yeah.
You don't know, like none of my family really knows who I am after the military because they don't want, I don't know if it's because they don't want to get to know me.
Yeah.
Or if I'm just always like the little kid in their mind. But it's like I've been, like I have a TBI, I have PTSD, depression, like I have all these things and I've been through these, sorry. Oh, okay. I've been through like all these like traumatic experiences and you guys don't want to get to know who I am now.
Yeah.
And I forgot why I was saying that.
No,
He was speaking to, you were saying how he was speaking to something he didn't have any experience
Oh,
with.
yeah, with the army.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know who I am now. Like you don't know why I got out.
Yeah, you're probably still the version of them they knew in you before.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And the other thing that really pissed me off is like suicide in the army. Like my unit had one of like the highest rate in the army of suicides whenever we deployed. And then when I got back and got sent to Fort Sill, I did a funeral honor guard, which is where
That's where you stand with the casket.
Yeah, and you fold the flag and you give the gun salute. And my one of our NCOs in our platoon killed herself, and usually a different unit will come in and do that funeral.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. But for whatever reason, like the active platoon sergeant was like, "No, we take care of our own." So I did the funeral, and it was so like suicide stuff to me is like very like heart wrenching and gut wrenching because like it wasn't just a funeral; it was a week-long process. I was with her family, and like she had like kids and grandkids, and we were like bringing them food, and we were around these people for like a week or two, and I saw like the aftermath.
Yeah.
Of like what happens when someone leaves like that, and that's always stuck with me. So for someone in my own family to say that my existence doesn't matter was really like
Yeah.
yeah. And I basically like, as long as I'm doing comedy, my family's not going to talk to me is the
Consensus.
yeah.
Man, what a position to be put in. Like something you love so much, and then it's like they're trying to make you take care of their feelings. It's bringing up for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. By exerting, trying to control.
Yeah, it's like one of the first times I put on one of those hats that I've worn, and I'm like, oh, this one fits. I love it's home. I love what I do. And then the people that brought me into this world are like, great, we hate it. And if you keep doing it, we're just not going to talk to you.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Which is, it makes me think of like before when you said like the reason you got into the army was to make them proud.
Yeah.
Like, and now just, they just don't know who you are after that.
No. And it threw my like stand-up game off. I'm kind of like still going through that where it's been hard for me to like write because they were like my why. Like the reason why I drove 3 hours through a snowstorm or why I was doing all this crazy grinding in the beginning was because I was like, I want to get good enough so that I can pay their house off. And then this all happens and it's like, oh, what's my why now? It's like I need a why that revolves around me.
You are.
Yeah.
You're the why.
Oh, I'm the why.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, that's never occurred to you that you are.
No.
Yeah, that says a lot about just your upbringing and the mindset that was wired in for you of like, it's about everybody else.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
My turn. Oh,
It's your turn.
I like that. Oh,
That's so sweet.
I think we. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think a lot of us get like programmed with this. It's not okay to think of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, to put yourself first. That's you're not being caring or loving or a nice person or a good person. And it's you got to start with you. You
Really?
know,
Yeah.
like always, not start with you, but you get to be considered.
Yeah.
Like both, you can care about other people and you.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we just learn to be small and let everything else around us be big.
Yeah.
So your turn.
Really nailed it. Nailed it. Yeah. I've always felt like I had to like make sure everyone else was okay.
Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup, dog.
Bro, my cup empty.
Well, what's your support system look like now? Who are the people
James.
that do? Yeah.
James.
Isn't that your friend,
Yeah.
James? Yeah.
He's like my best friend. He's from Minneapolis, one of the comedians there. And then I have I call them my Wisconsin family. I love them. I love them so I can miss them so much. I can't wait to see
Aw.
them again. That's like I would spend like Thanksgiving and like Christmas with them.
Oh, yeah.
Their names are Aaron and Don and Dave. And they own a glass store. They also used to own the vape store that I competitive vaped out of.
What? You were a competitive vapor?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You have lived a million lives.
I got their vape shop logo tattooed on my arm.
Wait, what is competitive vaping? Short version. What is that?
It's where you see who can blow the biggest cloud.
Do you make the little loops or circle things?
Yeah,
What are
it's
they
called
called?
tricking.
Whoa.
Yeah, you do they have trick competitions and then they have cloud blowing competitions.
See how long it can go? Like far? it can
Yeah,
go?
like density and length. They have rulers behind you.
What?
It was a whole thing. Yeah, I won a decent amount of money doing it.
Do you trick?
I can.
Can you do artwork?
Yeah. I can make a jellyfish.
No, you can't.
I can't. Well, not in here because the fan's on.
Oh.
But yeah, I can blow a loop. I can blow a circle and then let smoke into it and it wraps around. It looks like a jellyfish.
Can you do it with that? Or
Yeah.
we do.
But the fans
But
on.
the fan's on.
I'll turn that.
Get to the fan. Or it'll be hard to do a jellyfish sitting down, but I can do.
Stand up.
It's just me tricking. I will. Whenever that fan dies down, I'll stand up and I'll go from here to.
Do you do this on stage in your comedy?
No.
Oh my God, this could be a whole
That'd be
set.
lit.
Really?
Yeah.
I tried to talk about competitive vaping, but it's one of those ones where it's I'm still trying to figure out how to make it funny.
Oh, okay. I feel like it's going to be so related. Everybody vapes. So
Yeah.
many people vape. They're going to be like, oh.
And I just got to go out there and I should just blow some circles and do some tricks.
You should do
You
it.
guys don't believe me?
No, it can be your entrance.
Yeah.
And you dive through the loops.
Yo, could you vape the wall? You're picture it.
Let me help.
I'm just painting everything with vape.
Oh, and then you rub it away? Dude,
Yeah.
that would be fucking
That would
sick.
be
I'm
sick.
thinking there's some. I turn everything into an experiential therapy concept. I'm we should do this. We should do this.
I can do it.
Whoa.
Do you want me to?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take
Absolutely.
these off.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, what
Bossy,
do
right?
you need?
I don't need nothing.
Okay.
I don't need nothing.
This is amazing.
Whoa.
See if I can
Oh,
do
it
it.
smells like
It smells
candy.
good, right?
This is so. I feel like I'm on the spot and they're be funny right now.
Sorry. Oh, that's. Oh my gosh! That's amazing.
That was so cool!
It kind of dissipated. I think
It was so thick.
Dude! That's fucking dope.
I can also like blow one here and shoot it at you.
Do it. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You can still see it a little.
Yeah.
That's what you're like an airbender.
It's hard to do with the.
Look at the lip.
Oh my goodness! My toes are like this right now. Whoa.
It's perfect little loops. That was cool.
Did that satisfy?
That was very satisfying.
That was amazing.
Awesome.
Whow.
Yeah.
You have to.
I can do like. I can make them like bigger and better too when there's like when it's absolutely no air.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
You just like started doing competitive vaping?
You've done a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like whenever I find something, I'm like, this is who I am. Like I'm so all in.
I can tell.
Yeah, you took one vape and you're like, I'm gonna do this professionally.
Drove home. What all shapes can I make?
In a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Please, I don't have to fake an accent with this.
That's hilarious.
It is. It's so good.
Dude, you have been such an amazing guest. I
know. This is
love
fun.
you
This
so much.
I love you guys.
And
My
you were
face is
so-
literally hurting from laughing. so
Right?
much. Yeah.
Your life and your presence and you are so valuable.
Oh, thank you.
I'm like, I'm happy to know you.
I'm happy to know you.
Yeah.
You're one of my favorites.
You're one of my favorites. Truly.
No, you are.
I'm so I'm so glad you moved here.
Me too.
Yeah.
I remember before I actually moved here, you were like, you gotta move here. Yeah. Made me feel very welcomed.
Oh, good. I mean, you're just awesome. And at the same time, I like more women always.
Rise up.
You come on now.
Yeah.
And you're doing great, dude.
Oh, thank you.
If you need to hear that you should keep going in comedy, you should.
Thanks. I do
Absolutely.
need to hear that.
Oh.
Not the right now. Like there's been a couple times where I'm like, should I quit? And then I'm like, no.
That's normal.
Is it?
It is.
Okay, because I was like, does everyone else go through this period where they're like, what am I doing
Yes.
and why?
Yes.
Okay.
Alex has literally said to me, he's like, one day you're going to sell out the Ryman, and right before you go on stage, you're going to be like, should I quit? I'm like, yeah. It's totally normal. And I think, like, that's one of the reasons, like, I wanted to do this podcast is, like, comics don't talk about the hard stuff in their life or in comedy a lot. You hear about everybody's wins. You don't hear about the day-to-day struggle of, like,
Eating your whole dick on stage.
Exactly. Did you want to say something, Melanie?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so grateful for you, dude. You're so cool
Oh, thank
and
you.
funny and just like wonderful.
This has been one of
you.
my favorite episodes, I think.
Same.
Really?
Same.
Aw, I've
Yeah.
had so much fun.
Oh,
Well, it's just been real.
Yeah.
Like, even though you were telling us stories, you weren't storytelling. You were just sharing with
Yes.
us, and that is really refreshing. So
Aw.
thank you.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me on. This has been so much fun for me. At one point I was like, am I talking too much?
no. And everyone says
You're literally
that.
the guest on the podcast. You're supposed to talk the most.
Exactly.
Is everyone being ignored?
No.
Thinking about other
It's
people.
your turn. And I'm so excited about Wednesday for your intake.
Me too.
Yeah, I like. Please, like, I'll probably follow up with you. And be like,
Yeah.
How was it?
No, thanks for recommending the place to me.
Oh, you're going to trauma therapy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You're going to fucking love it.
I'm really excited.
Oh my God. I'm so happy.
Well,
This
thank
is
you.
such a good, yeah.
It took me a
amazing.
while to like follow up with it, but like
Yeah.
I finally sat down and filled out that little form that took all of 3 minutes.
You crush it 3 minutes, dude. You drove 3 hours for 3 minutes. The things you do for 3 minutes, right?
3 minute increments.
3 minutes, life changing.
Thank you.
Oh,
again.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank y'all. Hey, do I need to leave?
Get out of here.
It feels like it's ending, but we're all still sitting down.
Well, Well, we usually ask this question to people, but and I guess we still will. Melanie just had this great idea before, but we haven't implemented it yet. You know,
What is it?
Just that we were going to come up with different questions to ask. That's just fun questions because we always ask the same thing, but we haven't really.
We haven't thought of anything fun. So
We haven't talked about it.
So we'll just ask you this question.
What's the question?
Still fun.
Okay. It doesn't sound like it is now.
What do you like to do that takes care of you or just for fun? Like what really lets you feel like that excited feeling?
Like a hobby or just
It can be anything.
anything? What do I like to do for fun that just makes me feel All right, I'm gonna go. I'm kidding.
Fun.
No, I've been, to be honest, I've been trying to find something to do that with, like to have something to do, because what it used to be was I owned a motorcycle and I would go no phone day, no cell phone. I got a map in my saddlebag. And like the phone's there, but it's off. And I would just ride around like Wisconsin rivers and Minnesota rivers and just zone out. Yeah. But one of like the things that I've always done throughout my life that brings me so much joy is I love to drive around at night and listen to music.
You're describing my childhood. Like teenagers, we just drove around listening to music.
I do that to this day. I go on little night drives, and it's
That's
where
cool.
I feel like I can like process through things, but I can also just like crank up Megan Thee Stallion and just be like,
Yes.
yeah,
I didn't know you liked Megan.
I love Megan.
Oh my God, how can you not?
Yeah,
And yeah.
it's my shower music.
Oh, great shower music. And she has a whole like anxiety album, like that. She talks a lot about being like famous and a bad bitch, but also like having anxiety and a lot of like troubles in her life.
Yeah,
Oh, what a queen.
I know. I love her a lot.
Truly.
I love that.
So that's my fun
beautiful.
thing.
And then if you want to tell people where to find you online, you can.
Sure. You can find me at Sydney Stephens Comedy on everything but TikTok, because they won't let me have that one because I used to have it and then I forgot the password to that account. So
Damn.
TikTok is just Sydney Stephens. Everything else Sydney Stephens Comedy.
And that spell Sydney?
Oh yeah, it's hard to spell. SYDNI, and Stephens with a PH because they couldn't give me a name that was easy to spell.
That's a beautiful name. Alliteration?
Yeah, it's a
Fame
porn
right
star
there.
name.
Oh, well.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Yeah,
No, thank y'all.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to I'm Fine, It's Fine podcast. My name is Amber Autry. I'm a comedian based here in Nashville and internationally touring. You can find me on all platforms at Amber Autry Comedy.
And I am Melanie Reese. I'm a trauma therapist here in Nashville. You can find me across all platforms at Trauma Therapy Nashville.
We really appreciate you listening so much. And if you want to give a little extra for free, make sure you're liking, subscribing, rating, reviewing, sharing with your friends, talking about it to literally everyone you see, because it helps so much and we're so grateful for the extra effort.
And if you like what you're hearing and you want some bonus material, that includes interviews with other practitioners and all the juicy stuff that Amber and I talk about that doesn't go into the normal podcast. We'd love to have you subscribe. You can find the link in our bio, and $5 a month, you can do it.